Hey, hi all. Welcome back to BRR Knowledge Center. And in this today's session, I come up with a different concept called Go language. So, which basically a old language, but we must understand the Go language purpose and its syntax, as it is very helpful and useful for writing a program on cloud-based applications or local applications to carry programming languages and scalability of servers. So recently, I was excited about write a program in Go language to utilize this Go language to write some tools on DevOps to basically measure my server reliability and servers scalability and some of other programming such functionalities. So in this session, we'll talk about the introduction part of Go language, and then we'll talk about other topics on Go language in the coming sessions. Okay, so basically, it's an open source programming language, and which is I can say it's an enhancement of C++ programming language. Whatever features or no kind of topics which could not covered in the C++ language, this Go language is going to be covered. Okay, so this basically developed initially by Google in 2007, and then we started using of this Go language to especially writing of tools and looking at server reliability and the scalable of your servers and cloud and application performance and tracking of your application metrics and searching of specific content and the server files and application performance counters. So if you look at the history of overview of Go language, so I'll explain all the stuff in this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. I'm just sharing my notepad here to write something about my Go language tools. Okay. Uh, okay, let me share my screen. I'm just opening my this thing, and I'm just stopping my video. So here I'll explain this Go language overview. So Go language. So the overview of Go language was so as I mentioned, this basically use it for carrying out programming for scalable servers and large software systems. But initially, who was introduced this language? Okay, so the overview of this was so this basically written by or introduced by Google company. So I can say initially developed by Google. Okay, in the year 2007, but officially it was announced to use this Go language in the 2019 November. So announced to use this language in November 2008. So this language was developed at Google in the year 2007. Okay, so by Robert Griesmer. So Robert Griesmer and Rob Pike and Thompson, and you can say Ken Thompson. Okay, so I think like Ken Thompson already got invented C language, and then he started looking at different programming languages, and he's also part of this Go language development during 2007 year. So initially, this was developed at Google in 2007 year by Robert Griesmer, Rob Pike, and Ken Thompson, and officially announced to use this language in November 2008 because the Google being used this in 2018, 2008, 2009. So I think this is 2009. So for some of Google product systems, and then started using of this Go language after 2009 November onwards. So as I mentioned, this was open source program. Go is a open source general purpose programming language. And Go is a cross-platform, source program. It's a cross-platform where you can run this program on any OS like Windows, Linux, Mac, or Raspberry. Any OS you can run this program. So it doesn't have any no OS restriction as the other programming language had. So Go is a cross-platform open source programming language. Okay, so this basically Go language syntax is very similar to C++ because this was started by seeing or by enhancing the C++ program. Since it is very similar to C++ syntax, so Go syntax is similar to C++. And you can write this Go language very easily if people are already aware of C++. And even if people are not aware of C++ also, you can write Go programming language without having any prerequisite qualifications to write a program, because it's a simple syntax. It is having it, and you can directly jump into this, and you can open an editor like Notepad or VI or VM or Visual Studio Code or any editor. You can open it and you just start writing a program in Go language. So basically this Go language, using it in different areas like based programming language, which is in server side. So used in web development, which is like in server side. Okay, and network based programs, to measure the network performance or bandwidth or getting of counters of network, and looking at and tracking of your speed of your network, and also using it in cross platform enterprise applications as mentioned above, because it doesn't have any OS limitation. So Go works on different platforms as I mentioned, so it doesn't have any OS limitation part of it. So used in DevOps. So like to look at the server reliability or anything like so used in DevOps and site reliability. So if you wanted to look at the site reliability of your servers, like healthy or unhealthy, then it is better to use Go language program to run it your on premises or cloud premises, so that it will easily track your reliability of server and give you the stats of your application. So and also I think we can automate it. Basically use it in DevOps, and site reliability automation are also popular ways to use Go language basically. So if you wanted to automate site reliability, so you can directly use Go language, so that it will run based on your scheduled timings, and it will give you the kind of stands, so in repeated periods, and just capture that stuff when you showcase in somewhere in the dashboards. So this basically using it for no reliability checking of your websites. And also basically it's simply carrying out programming for scalable servers and a large software systems basically. So this was built in the gaps of a C++ program and Java that Google came across while working with its servers and distributed systems during 2007. So this is something minimal overview and history of Go language. Like initially it was developed at Google by Robert Griesmer and Rob Pike and Ken Thompson in 2007, while they're working with the C++ and Java and they distributed servers, and they find out some gaps in C++ and Java, and then they decided to come up with a different language called Go language. So it's being used basically in the web development, which is purely server side and network based programs, and you use this in DevOps and site reliability automation process. And also you can use it to carrying out of your programming for scalable servers and large software systems. Okay. And coming back to my, this PPT. So what is the structure of this Go programming language being, people are using it. If you look at this is the structure of Go language. So initially you must declare a package declaration, and then you need to import packages, and then you need to declare variables, and then you need to start writing of statements and expressions, and then you start writing a function and then commas. So this is the basically a normal structure of this Go language, general purpose open source program. So this is the order, not even order. This is what structure basically inbuilt of your Go programming languages. So you can use any editor, and you can start writing of Go language using this particular stuff. So Go program can vary in length from 3 lines to millions of lines, and it should be written in any editor with the extension of .go. Okay. So coming to the next slide. So these are all the basic differences between Go and Python and C++. I think you can compare the C++ and Go language. So basically it has similar features except the fast compile time, right? So and also you can compare the Python programming language. So a statically typed programming language Go is, and C++ is the same, and when it comes to Python it's dynamically typed. So statically typed means so you must have declared a variable with proper data type at compile time itself. So it doesn't have a feature of having the data type decided on the runtime. So as like Python is having it. And coming to the runtime, it's in Go language is very faster and compared to Python, because it has kind of huge libraries and packages inbuilt in the Go language. Also, Python is having it, but comparatively, Go is very faster at runtime because of its easy syntax and having of required packages and the way of program is writing. And this is compiled because it's basically a compiler based programming language. And when it comes to Python, it's interpreted. That means interpreter is having inbuilt of Python. It's going to compile a program line by line, where Go and C++ is basically compile entire program using compiler. And its Go language is very fast compile time, and it's interpreted in a way it's very slow. And C++ is having, even though a compiler as a compiler, no translator, but it's a bit is a slow compile time. It's compared to the Go language, and supports concurrency through Go routines and channel. And anyway, it doesn't have a built-in stuff in Python, and in C++, it supports concurrency through multi-threads. So where in Go language, it refers to Go routines and channels. So we'll see them in the next coming sessions. And coming to the next feature, Go has automatic garbage collection inbuilt, so that it will automatically identify the generations of 0 and 1 and 2 variables and objects, and it will remove automatically when it is required while you are running a program at runtime. Whereas in Python, so automatic garbage collection, it has it, and C++ doesn't have automatic garbage collection. You must explicitly identify the unused objects, and then you remove them. Okay, and coming to the next feature is does not support a classes and objects, which is kind of worry in the Go language. But when Python, it's have classes and objects, and whereas C++ also having classes and objects. And next one is does not support inheritance. So if you're not having a classes and objects, definitely it doesn't have an inheritance. That is what the inter relation between classes and inheritance. So that's automatically takes into the place that it does not support inheritance because it doesn't have classes and objects. When it comes to Python, again, it is having it classes and objects. Definitely, it has supports inheritance, and C++ also supports inheritance. So these are some of the differences between Go and Python and C++. So overall, if you look at the features which I got listed out here, and only thing I was observed here is a fast compile time. That's where Go is having it and comparatively other programming languages, and other stuff was having a concurrency through a Go routines and channel, which basically not exist in Python and C++. Okay, so these two are becoming very popular in Go language, hence Go language becoming more popular because of having a fast and compile runtime and having Go routines and channels for concurrency programming. Okay, so this is something about overview to get into further on Go language. I hope you understand the Go language, when it was invented and who was invented and how to use and how to write this Go language program, and the structure of a Go language program, basically having it when you start writing a program, and a couple of differences between today's programming languages, which is basically like Python and C++. These are the basic origin programs for other programming languages. And today's we're using it as part of current trends. Okay, so thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.